Okay, good afternoon and welcome to today's market color recap. I see a couple of us online. Good afternoon. So this is going to be quite fast and quite straight to the point. We just want to see a recap of what we analyzed this morning to see how it has played out. And we're going to be focusing on commodity currencies, right? So we pretty much marked out some levels this morning. Give me a second while I go back to my chart. So, except for AUD/USD, the markings on USD CAD and NZD/USD are still very much on the charts. So, for the sake of those of us who did not join this morning, I'm just going to do a quick recap of what we were looking out for. So, we said that as at Thursday's analysis, we expected this buy to happen, and it has. It bought into what could have served as a point of interest, not for NU. NU didn't really tap into what we would have preferred, but it gave us the retracement we expected into a liquidity zone, which was a previous support in confluence with the fair value gap, and price was now starting to react. When we saw this, we went to the H1 time frame and marked out our new points of interest. We marked out POI 1, 2, and 3. And we said that we want to see what price does. One of two things will happen. Either it will buy or sell now, but how? It is either price is going to break below this zone, violate these levels, continue selling to the downside, or we're going to see more deeper retracement into the next resistance zone or the 5-minute levels before it continues to sell, which is why we went down to 5-minute time frame and marked out these different POIs as well. You can see that here they are still on the chart. So price now bought. You see that we drew this from this morning's analysis where I said I'm looking at NZD/USD buying from price was here and it bought into the next resistance point. So now that price is at this particular level, if I see a confluence on M1, I will take my first shot at selling NZD/USD downward. And NZD/USD has now given me that shot. So following what I'm supposed to see, price has tested a resistance zone, it has broken and it has retested. This is an opportunity where I'll then attempt selling NZD/USD from here, right? And then be careful around these levels because I know price is going to find support zones that would tussle with price for a little while. But once price is able to break through this level, let's believe NZD/USD sell has continued. But peradventure NZD/USD sells from where it currently is and trades into the zone, finds support, we will still know because M1 will realign to give us signs that this buy wants to happen. But for the sake of those of us who do not have the indicators on our charts, you can now mark out this zone. This is a zone 0.58380. Let us see what price does. If you're entering the sell now, you'd want to wait to see what price does, hold your trade. When price validates this zone, then we know for sure that NZD/USD is going to continue its sell to the downside. But if the support level holds, then we could see a final buy on NZD/USD from where come buy all the way, or rather sell all the way into the next support level, and then give us a final lap. So this is my bias for NZD/USD. It has still not changed. For USD CAD on the H4 time frame, same thing, right? We said it was going to sell, it sold, and starting to retrace now. Although if you zoom in, so you can see the candlesticks and not just the indicators. After price sold, we didn't see a new sunshine, meaning that people who sold this market have not fully taken profit yet. So this may just be a brief retracement for this to occur, right? Okay, so going into H1 now, we marked out our POIs as well. And you see that the drawings are also still on the chart where we said we're expecting USD CAD to give us a temporal sell. What did it do? It sold, right? And if price sells into this zone and we see confirmation, meaning this support level holds, then we will take an entry to start to buy USD CAD. Because even looking at the H1 move, predominantly USD CAD is to the upside. Even on H4, predominantly it is to the upside. So if this level is going to hold on M5, then we wait for a confirmation on M1 and take our first shots of USD CAD buy. Sorry about that noise. But if price violates this zone, right, then it's going to break below and give us a final move into what level, you might ask. Remember, we have our H1 point of interest, which could drop price to itself. Now, the only one which markup, or whose markup has cleaned up is AUD/USD. So I'm just going to pretty much draw it quickly. But you can always catch up on the recap on our YouTube channel. Wow, that's quite loud. Okay, that's subsided. So I've marked out my point of interest that I marked out on H1, go back to H1 rather, instead of in H4. So POI1 is still the same. I'm going to mark out POI2, which is right here. Same thing on the M5. I'm just going to pretty much quickly mark up those zones that we marked out earlier. Yesterday's high and low, day before yesterday's high and low. With yesterday's, or rather day before yesterday's level in confluence with our H1 point of interest. So now that price is here, what are we now looking out for? Same thing. Price has hit resistance. It has even sold. So AUD USD has done what it ought to have done, similar to the other asset classes as well. They are just very close to POIs, especially for USD CAD. And especially for NZD USD, I mean, while USD CAD is fastly approaching its own point of interest. So this has not done a lot, just 10 pips thereabouts. From where price currently is, if I want to continue to sell AUD USD, I'd want to see it violate these zones, including 0.64520, so that I know that what could have served as support no longer held, it was violated to the downside. If not, if this level is going to hold, I will still see confirmation on M1 and start to buy AUD USD, right? I'm always flexible in the market. I look for confirmations, and even if with the confirmations the trade happens to stop me out, this is the game of trading. The game of trading. We lose some, we win some. The game is the goal rather is to make more, way more than we lose, right? So yes, from what I'm looking at on H1, I'm still saying sunshine has been printed, you did this, you've printed under sunshine, you've bought. Are you going to continue to sell into my next point of interest? Or are you going to break above and start to continue to buy following our minor structure, which we see price when price came to violate all of these diagonal liquidities that we saw on the way. So this is what I'm waiting for. I just need confirmations to follow my buyers on these different asset classes. Please, is it possible for me to have access to the earlier wave indicator in the sunshine? So no, it's not really. I don't believe so. No, the only indicators we give out are everything is on the chart and it's for students of the VFT Academy. But maybe you could search up online or something and see if you'd have access to others. But this is an indicator that comes with our forest bootcamp course, the package with it. Okay, so yes, would have done indices recap, but the model is currently not available. So this will be calling it wraps for today. If you have any questions, please let me know. If not, we can call it a wrap for today to reconvene tomorrow by 8:30 a.m. Any questions, or is it cool to call it a day here? Mr. Ayuba, Anna, Mr. Ezekiel, Oluwaseun, Olagunju. Forgive me if I didn't pronounce that right, sir. Are we clear? Good to go? All right, thank you, Mr. Ayuba. Mr. Shehu, yes, you will have access. So this month's training is even currently ongoing. We'll be taking these indicator aspects on Thursday, so there's still more time to join the next session for the indicator session, the indicator class specifically. But yes, you're going to have access to this. You'd have access to the other trading communities that we have where we teach you and guide you through a weekly basis. You'd have access to the facilitators to ask questions when you have them, and just have a more personalized one-on-one experience. All right, thank you so much for joining and giving me your attention. I really appreciate it. I look forward to seeing all of us tomorrow by 8:30 a.m. on the dot. With that being said, cheers, God bless, good day.